Thank you so much, Kate, for being here with us today on International Women's Day. This is the first of its kind for us with the...
Some baking, right? For some baking.
This is the first roast for some baking. Yes, absolutely. So like we said, there's going to be a lot of bloopers, a lot of ups and downs, so it's fine. So this is our first kitchen talk episode we're doing. And what we really want to do for everyone that's watching and listening is we want to show you how easy it can be to make good foods to where you don't feel like you cannot eat something that actually tastes good, but that it's actually good for you as well. So that's why Kate has been so nice to share one of her favorite recipes with us, and she's going to put it all together right here before our very own eyes.
I am. I brought a lot of stuff is just stuff I had, but some stuff I typically buy. I'm not like a person that you have to buy like name brand everything. So I just kind of, some stuff I had, and then I shop a lot at Lidl. If you ever follow me on Instagram, I'm there like once a week.
Love that place. Yep.
So I got a lot of stuff there. So it's inexpensive. Even like the stevia sweetener they have there. So you don't have to spend a ton of money to do it.
Yeah. So what are we going to be making today?
We are making a pumpkin muffin. All right, and using Kodiak cakes, which I use a ton for all different things, and it's just easy to work with and tastes good. You can pretty much get it everywhere now. You can't get it at Lidl, but
everywhere else,
you can get it online, most grocery stores.
I know Harris Teeter has it. We just saw it earlier today as well.
Yeah, and actually the pumpkin I got at Harris Teeter just because it's out of season right now, but usually in season in the fall you can get that at any grocery store, but it's in the baking aisle.
Nice. So.
It's just pumpkin, canned pumpkin.
And what else do you use to make this recipe together?
Yeah, so the Kodiak cakes, it's some unsweetened applesauce, vanilla, and I was talking about this before. This is like straight from Mexico. It's special vanilla. But it really is. I got it from there, but it even has it like in pesos on there. Oh,
nice. I was like, that's $105?
No, it's less expensive to get vanilla in Mexico. So I always buy some. My mom taught me that.
Nice.
Random fact. Other things, like I said, I have the stevia, just some pumpkin spice, which you can get this pretty much anywhere. I think I actually got this at Dollar Tree.
Okay.
Like it's a Dollar Tree is an awesome place to get spices for really inexpensive. So I'm all about bargain shopping. So it's like $1 for that. And then chocolate chips, baking soda, and just some cooking spray.
All right.
That's it.
Cool. All right. So let's get it started.
Okay. Do you want to help me?
Absolutely. I'm going to help you do this.
Okay, cool.
I am in my kitchen attire, as you can see.
You are. So I tried to put like the wet ingredients over here and the dry ingredients over here. So we're going to start with the wet ingredients. The other thing we need is the eggs.
Ooh, the eggs.
Almost forgot about that.
The delicious eggs.
Yeah, we didn't take that out. I just remembered. I'm like, we're missing one wet ingredient. That's the other one. Perfect.
These are eggs.
And eggs. Just regular eggs. But we're going to do egg whites. Are you comfortable with separating an egg?
I am, actually.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I am.
We can start with 2 egg whites. Okay. And it's funny, like I eat a lot of egg whites, and I just always buy full eggs and separate them myself because it's cheaper that way. So I'm just used to doing that.
All right, let's do it. All right, so 2 egg whites.
2 egg whites. Yep.
I am a pro.
You're under pressure now. You say you're a pro. What is going to happen?
Watch me mess it up on the actual
on film,
show.
Right?
There we go.
Awesome. There's a little drip there. No, you're good.
That was close. Almost made it.
So 2 egg whites, and then we're going to do a couple teaspoons of vanilla, the special vanilla, but you can use any vanilla you want. Pure extract usually has a little bit more flavor than the artificial, which is why I like using that. But yeah, so I'll do that while you're washing that up. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And honestly, I'm saying 2 teaspoons because it's a way to measure it, but I just kind of usually throw it in there and just kind of do a splash. Just easy that way.
All right.
So that. And then we're going to put the whole can of pumpkin inside of there.
The whole can?
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I got the flip top, so easy, right?
Very easy. And watch me cut myself now.
I'll take that.
Thanks.
probably gonna, use a spoon or.
Kids, don't try this at home.
So the pumpkin just makes the pumpkin muffins really moist, which is why I like using that. It's just a good substitute in baking in general. A lot of like low calorie baking uses pumpkin as a base. Also, the unsweetened applesauce is a good one. Sometimes bananas, same thing there.
All right.
You got it. We'll save that spoon because we'll use it in a little bit. Cool. All right, and the unsweetened applesauce, it's a half a cup of that. And again, I got this at Lidl. I use this for all kinds of stuff. A lot of times too, you can buy the pouches if you don't want one of these giant things where they, like the pouches for the kids. When I made these, actually, I used a couple of my son's pouches just because I didn't want to open this before today. So that's another thing you can do.
Nice. So half a cup.
Half a cup.
It's nice when you have the utensils to do this.
Yeah, I brought those, but there are some here, so.
All right.
Cool.
And we're done with this?
Yeah, we're all done with that.
Right.
So we're gonna combine these. You can use, I love this type of spatula because you can kind of use it as a spoon and just to mix. So it's my favorite type of spatula. We all have our favorite little
absolutely.
kitchen things.
Was I not doing a good job and that's why you took over?
No, I'm just helping you. I'm giving you that. So because we're gonna start adding the dry ingredients now.
Okay.
All right, so 2 cups of the Kodiak mix. It's right there. You are good to go. Man, so just to mention this too, I got this at Costco. And it comes with 3 of the bags that size, and it's like $12. When you buy the small boxes at the store, they're usually $5. So if you have a Costco membership, this is where to get Kodiak. It's my favorite place to get that, and I usually will buy a bunch of it just because it doesn't expire for a really long time.
Yeah, they don't. They're really good. I love it also when they have their seasonal pumpkin flavor. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I need to put a little more because I didn't have a full 2 cups there.
Yeah.
All right.
So that, you can get rid of that.
Okay.
And then the baking soda. So we're doing that. We're doing a teaspoon of that. And I know it's a little wet from the vanilla, but it's okay.
Okay.
So do you know the proper way to measure this? Do you know what to do here? You're going to scoop it, and then you're going to scrape it with that little, it fell down. There's like a little scrapey thing in there, but it's all right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Apparently I ripped it. I got a little too crazy when I opened it.
Little rage.
But there is there is a little scrapey thing in there.
1 tablespoon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Teaspoon, but you got it.
Teaspoon.
Tablespoon.
Are we done with this?
We're done with that. We are going to do 2 tablespoons of the sweetener. If you're not somebody that's really worried about putting full sugar in it, of course you can, but this is just a way to knock down the carbs a little bit. And the stevia measures cup for cup with any other measurement that you're trying to follow for baking. So it's a good one to use. It's a granular sugar replacement.
Okay.
So you can, lastly, the pumpkin spice. So 2 teaspoons, well, like a teaspoon and a quarter-ish is what I do. What one's that, the half?
It's a half, so.
That's another thing that I kind of usually.
Should I just?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can take it off and just do 1 and then.
So you get 2 and a half of these, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. You can never have too much, like, I feel like vanilla and like that. It's not gonna make it that crazy.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna combine that, and pretty normal for these muffins to be dense. So when you start to mix it, and I'll let you mix it this time. When you start to mix it, you'll notice that it almost seems like it's too thick. Mm-hmm. That's a common thing when I've had people make this. They're like, oh, it seems really thick. It's supposed to be. They're a really dense muffin. And you can try one if you want in a little bit. But I like to eat them cold as well. So I keep them in the fridge when I store them. Also, it just makes them last a little longer. They'll actually last almost a full week in the fridge if you do that. I've had people say if they put it on the counter just because of the pumpkin, they got kind of funky after a couple days just because of the ingredients that are in it. So I recommend stirring them.
Absolutely. It smells good.
Yeah, if you like pumpkin, you'll like them.
I do. I like pumpkin.
So sometimes I'll do a muffin liner. So you say the ones I made at home, I did use the muffin liner. You don't have to. I did bring cooking spray, so we'll just spray each muffin tin opening with some of the cooking spray. And then I usually use a 1/4 cup measuring cup to spoon it in, which is why I have that. So let's spray the muffin tin.
Okay.
Just like a quick spray on each one.
Little.
And that's a little bit more probably. That's the butter flavor. Usually with baking, I like to use a butter flavor spray. They make some that has baking in it, that say it's for baking rather, but usually has, yeah, that's good. It has flour in it with that, which you can use that as well. I usually just don't like using olive oil for baking. I don't know, just a preference. So you can, like I said, spray or if you use the liner, you don't need to spray it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're going to use the 1/4 cup and we're going to just go ahead and scoop it in and then just do about that. And if you want to use a spoon to push it in there.
About that much?
Yeah, that's about good. So we'll put some in each one, and then what I usually do after that is just even it out.
Okay.
But it will make 12 pretty much exactly. And then I like to put the chocolate chips at the end on the top. If you want more chocolate chips, you can totally mix it right through. I just usually put a few on top. But if you're a chocolate lover, why not put a few more inside? But if you're somebody that's being more conscious regarding the amount of calories you're putting in, you can still get a little chocolate, but just put it on top.
Yeah. So tell me, what got you into wanting to do so much of the meal prepping? Just
to make my life more convenient, I would say. Now I have 2 little boys, so it's been even harder to get back in the swing after my second son was born. But it was just an interest of mine before I even started helping other people with it. It's funny, like all your Facebook on this days that pop up, I keep seeing these things that I was posting 5 years ago, and I've only been doing this now for a couple years, but just I've been into nutrition, but I didn't know as much about it until the last few years just because I studied it more. It was just kind of a natural fit for me.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, and you help others too because you're showing them, again, how relatively easy it is to make.
It is. I'm all about
an extra batch, and then you can take this anywhere with you. You don't have to worry about, like I said, you can eat them cold. You don't have to worry about the heating up part of it.
Nope.
So it's really nice to have something good. Again, being protein based, so you have good, more of a balance in nutrition overall.
Yeah, and that's what I'm all about. Simple. I know we were talking about what we're doing, what we want to do today, and I'm just all about simple and using real food as much as possible. Obviously, this is using a processed ingredient, but when I do a lot of my meal prep, it's just straight up. A lot of times it's not even recipes. It's just we're doing like a meat, a veggie, and a carb, and add some spices to it. We can add. We can.
Put more in there? Okay.
We can just even it out, and then we'll kind of flatten each one out, is what I normally do.
Okay.
Let's see what you can do here. Make them about even, and then I'll show you what I do.
Okay.
I'll just take the spoon and just kind of like press them down. I know it's kind of sticky, and notice it is a thicker batter. It's not when you make some muffins that it's like sliding all over. It's pretty thick. So we can just maybe put a little bit more in that one.
Okay. We're all learning new things today.
Right? But I know when people make these at first, I think there's something wrong with it because of how thick it is. So I always like to point out just that it's supposed to look that way. It's not like the muffins that you get from Harris Teeter, for example, that are like super rounded and perfect just because of what's in them. So.
Yeah. And so it won't like just overly.
It won't.
Grow.
No,
Okay.
the baking soda helps it fluff up, but it's not gonna like overfill or anything.
All right, I think I got it, almost all of it.
Yeah,
Here.
you did it. Yes. So let's just put a few of the chocolate chips on each one. You can put as many as you want. We have the whole bag. So I usually put about 4. It depends on how chocolatey you want them. So I will leave that. So you're gonna actually drop them on there.
I can drop them on there.
Yeah, that's what I personally do.
I get to drop the chocolate.
Yeah, and just kind of press it
Like
down
that?
in there. Yep, perfect. You just press them or they'll fall off. I've learned that I haven't pressed them, and then once they bake, and then you go to take them out, and then the chocolate chips go flying. So you don't want that to happen either. So just
That one will be Sandra's. It's a lot
there you
of
go,
chocolate
extra
chips on there.
chocolate. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
But you can see, I mean, we've only been doing this for a few minutes. It really doesn't take long. This was one of my staple recipes I make pretty much every week. I just love having like a quick carb on hand.
Yep.
And they're pretty filling because of how dense they are. So I like to have them in the fridge. If I'm like getting that hunger pain but don't really want to make anything big or just need something small, I believe they're 89 calories if you put 4 chocolate chips. It will change it.
Nice. So you
might be throwing my numbers off a little bit, but yeah, it's usually
They get 100 calories and
yeah. So about, we'll say 100 calories or less per muffin, which is, I mean, really low. And you're also getting a good punch of protein in there using the Kodiak cake mix. So
I love those Kodiak cakes.
me too.
So
They're
good.
awesome.
Really good. Yeah, we're almost done here. I know I'm slow.
You're good.
Oh,
We got a first timer here. It's all right.
sorry. Oh no. Sorry, little chocolate chip.
You're good.
All right. That's one more for Sandra.
You forgot one.
Oh, I did. Look at
That's
that.
like what I did. I think though I said I purposely left it off. I might have forgotten it. The batch I made. I was like going real quick. All right, so we'll put that in the oven for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So again, this is a new oven, so I would usually, when I do any recipe, I always, if it recommends 20 minutes, I'll usually start at like 16 just to check things. So that's
Makes
when
sense.
I make anything. If I'm going off somebody else's recipe, I always undercook, check it, because all ovens are different. So
Makes total sense.
a little tip there.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and put that in the oven.
In the oven it goes. We'll be right back.
Yeah, and we just need to set a timer for, I will say approximately, we'll start with 16 minutes and we'll check that and then go from there. So.
Cook time. Timer.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that all I have to do?
I think so.
Okay, cool. So it's in the oven.
All right. It's in the oven.
You did it. Good job. You
Thank
did
you.
it.
That really wasn't that difficult. It was just a few little ingredients, putting them together, and that's it. I mean, we did it.
We did
That's
it.
not that bad at all.
We did it.
So this is the recipe right here, right?
That's the recipe.
Okay. I like
And
it.
I've made it so many times that I'm such a visual person that I was like, I wanna
Absolutely,
reflect
yeah.
on it.
We'll put this on the posting so you guys can see it. So yeah.
And I have so many people ask me for that when I'll post it. I'm making it. They're like, can I have the recipe? And I haven't had anybody say they didn't like it. I mean, maybe it'll be you today, but I don't know.
Well, then you can blame it on me because I put it all together. You
Yeah.
can say I did
That's true.
something
You
wrong.
made them yourself.
I made them myself, so
That's
I'll
true.
say they're delicious either way because I made them. So.
It's true.
So while we're waiting for that to be done, so give us a little bit on you and your background, like how things have changed for you from where you were before to now that you have your children and you're doing a lot more with the cooking and the prepping and all that. So give us a little bit about that. Like
Just
tell us something about that.
Sure. So life has obviously changed with 2 little boys, but for the better. It's just like adapting. And I know when my second son was born, I lived off of people bringing me food for a few weeks just because people were very generous and brought that, which is awesome. But at the same time, I was like, I lost that control over like, this is what I'm eating and all that. And then I sat back and I was like, oh, well, this is just, it's all about like phases of life, I guess. And right now I'm in the phase of life that it's not all about me. And sometimes I have to reflect on that because even with one, I kind of felt like I got myself back. and then all of a sudden it's changed again. So
Right.
it's all about adaptation and just learning and figuring it out.
Absolutely is, yeah. And that shows you now you're not just worrying about you, you're worrying about, and not just one child, is two now. So
it's affected my workout. So I'll say
right.
I am too, like I think I told you I had knee surgery a couple months ago. So I'm just getting back into working out. I'm in like week 2 and that's like postpartum plus knee surgery. And previously, before that, I mean, I was probably in the best shape of my life before getting pregnant with my second. So I keep like reflecting back on that time and all the things I could do. And then that's another whole adaptation, like mindset wise, that I'm just like, that's not where you're at right now. And I think about all the things I could do. And now literally like physically cannot, just because I'm, so it's a whole nother.
Absolutely. So and then another thing I saw that it really caught my eye was on that one of the last posts you did about that 8 years, that gap. That we briefly talked about that. So can you touch a little bit on that? How,
like CrossFit for 8 years?
Yeah, how it was, and you said like 8 years ago when you started, and then like 8 years later, the insane difference that you've had since then.
Yeah, it has. So I just had my 8-year CrossFit anniversary. Is that people that CrossFitters, they like to say like how long I've been doing it. So I it came in my memories, and it's like a weird point of life right now of how it's influenced my life the past 8 years. It's changed my life totally. I worked in like in an affiliate for almost 7 years. So that was a huge part of my life, of course, because I was there all the time. And now I'm just back as an athlete, which is cool because it's been a really long time since I've just been an athlete. And I've always been the one up there, and I'll get back there. And if I wanted to today, I could, but I'm just kind of stepping back for at least a couple months just to kind of just relearn myself as a CrossFit athlete. But I started just because I think how a lot of people start, because they're like, oh, you should try this. And I was like, I don't even know what it is. And I went and tried it, and this is 8 years ago. So CrossFit 8 years ago to CrossFit today, it's changed a lot.
Completely.
People didn't even know what it was when I started doing it. Neither did I. Now people have like different opinions about it. They know what it is, but some people still aren't that sure. But it's changed so much of being like that thing that no one knew to the mainstream as well.
It's true. It's changed. So it's great that you still keep on with it, and you're still doing what you can do now, and you've understood that you have to adapt to your circumstances and your situations now, and just continue to work on that. And
I did it through 2 pregnancies. And the first one, I was a lot more aggressive with it than the second one. You learn, you live and you learn. And I just thought like, oh, like I'm just going to go crazy. And then the second time I was like, oh no, I'm not going to go as crazy. And it was just a little smarter the second time around. But I've taught so many people it. My mom does CrossFit. She's in her mid-70s. Awesome. She's been doing it over 5 years. So just introducing it to her. And even though we're not in the same city, she's doing her thing. She talks to me about her workouts, which is really cool. Awesome. It's been a really big influence in my life, for sure.
That's good. So how has that impacted her, actually? Now I'm curious about that.
It's been really cool just to watch her progress about all of it. She's like, watching her work out is cool. Getting to be in a class with her, which doesn't happen very often. She's a member of affiliate. She's in the North Myrtle Beach area. So she goes to CrossFit Ocean Isle now. She's been at a few different gyms, but she's probably their oldest member. She's always been the oldest member at like all the places she's been. And I think it's kind of her thing. Like thinks it's kind of cool that
proud of that, she's still doing what she can do.
She's like pretty shredded for being in her mid-70s
awesome.
as well. But I think she's just more confident in herself, and she was never like that athlete. She did the aerobics. I mean, she's from a different generation, so she did some of that like way back in the day. But prior to doing CrossFit, she had been not sedentary, but like she's a big golfer. So she's been golfing and carrying her clubs and like walking and doing that kind of thing, but had not done weight training in maybe almost ever in her life. Besides, like, I remember her going to aerobics and she had like the 2-pound, the little 2-pound dumbbells that they had to bring. And now she's like snatching, and she talks to me about things like that, and
That's
it's crazy.
Awesome. That's great, because now you get to talk to your mom about the same exact things that you're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously in a different capacity, different level, but it's the same movements either way. We were actually talking about that earlier today, about exercising and how strength training is so important for
bone density for women,
who
especially.
you are, especially for women. Yeah. So it's also, even for a day as today, like we talked about being International Women's Day, how important it is to send that type of message to women that yes, you should work out, you should lift weights. You know, don't have
no matter
that,
how old you are.
Yeah. So what message do you want to send to them that are listening right now?
To try it, and don't be afraid. You know, I think I work with a lot of women one-on-one doing personal training now, and I'm a person that's tries to push them to go outside their comfort zone with weights. I think people think like they can't do as much as they can until they try. I have a woman I've been working with for over a year who, when she came to me, she has a lot of knee issues, and her doctor told her she was probably gonna like never really work out like again. And she was like, "Screw that! Like I'm still gonna, I'm gonna try and push myself." She's had like multiple surgeries and on her knees, and we started with like a barbell, just an empty barbell.
Yeah.
And I got a text from her a couple weeks ago that she like squatted like 100 pounds, and that was like on her own, so she's we'll work on stuff during the week, and then when I don't see her, she'll go and like do the same kind of stuff on her own is usually what we do. And I got that text like, that is awesome. She's like, I got a PR. I was like, that is awesome, and that's just like proving. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to doctors, obviously, but sometimes it's just, they're in your best interest, but you know your body best, I think, so. Yeah.
That's, again, the importance of continuing to push yourself safely.
Yeah,
course,
exactly.
But to continue to. I mean, you just had your knee surgery, what?
2 months ago.
Right
after Christmas.
So
it's a mindset. That's me right now. It's like I know I'm capable of doing things, but I'm very weak. My doctor told me just the atrophy of my muscle is pretty big. So, and that it's just a mindset, because I'm like, oh, like I used to be able to do A, B, and C, but right now, I can't. And like, for example, yesterday I did a workout that I got there and I was like, I saw what it was and I was like, well, there's 85-pound thrusters. I've like haven't squatted more than like 55 pounds like lately, and the adrenaline problem, like came in, and it was a team workout, and like we were like rotating around. It was my turn to go, and like I was like, I just went and did it, and I'm fine. But it was like that mindset of even attempting it, because I was like, I saw that before and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not going to do that. And I went and did it 5 times and was like, and I'm fine. And I texted one of my teammates that I worked out with yesterday. I was like, I'm like, my knee is fine. My butt's a little sore, but my knee is fine, So a lot of it's just mindset and like breaking out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good. Keep it up. That's awesome.
Try.
Yeah, which is the knee, so I don't kick it later. I'm just kidding.
I'll kick you back. I have heels on too, so. All right, let's check this and see how it's going here.
Look at my babies.
Oh,
they look amazing.
You want to pull it out and just give a check there? I have some. No, I found those little oven mitts over there.
No, I'll do the mitts.
Just be careful. I assume they work.
I hope so.
But we'll just, I usually, like I said, with...
Oh, I can't grab it.
With using...
Hold on a sec.
There's these, too. There's these.
Oh.
I'm scared. All right, put them up there. Let's see where...
I'm such a noob.
Yeah, let's see how... Before we commit to... I say we do like 2 more minutes. We'll probably finish at the timer that's there, actually. They're almost done.
Okay. Oh, God.
Those little oven mitts. You're going to get yourself some for your house.
Oh, my God. Cooperate with me. Okay.
No, they're like really small, so I understand why you're scared. All right, so what do we have on there? 3 more minutes.
3 minutes.
They should be. Yeah. They should be done.
Yeah. So 3 minutes, and we'll have our first batter on our first episode of Kitchen Talk with the first International Women's Day episode. First time Kate is here, and Sandra. everybody. So it's been fantastic.
Do you want to try one of these?
Really good experience. I will actually, and then compare it to mine.
Well, yours will be warm. Do you want to try mine as well, right? The pressure's on, and they might really suck. Then what happens?
I'm going to say they're delicious either way because, it'll be on. People be watching it and be like, "Oh, it sucks."
No, I think they're one of my favorite things.
Sandra, you want to try it?
Especially because you got 4 chocolate chips in that bite. It's even better. You did it.
I ate all the chocolate chips in the one bite.
You did it.
Sandra, please try one.
Excited. There's chocolate involved.
Yeah. I mean,
Are you going to have one or are you going to have one?
Oh, yeah, I can have one. I mean, I know what they taste like.
Oh, my God.
I do know what they taste like. Bruce?
There's 4 more there, Bruce. You can have one.
Actually, there's more in the fridge. Very good.
Really? Mm.
For being like a protein muffin,
Oh, my God. They're really good.
I'm glad you like them. Let's see if yours measure up.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You're going down 30 seconds and your batch will be good to go. Really good too, like pre-workout. Like if you just need like a little carb before working out and doesn't like weigh you down. I like to have this. Usually I'll have 2 of them.
Not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad idea. This is really good.
I'm glad you
Thank
like them. You're welcome.
Mine. Oh, 3 seconds. Mine better be
3,
those.
2, 1. It's time.
All right. My kids better beat that one. My chocolate chips. My chocolate seeds. Okay.
Awesome. You did it.
Yes.
Good work.
Okay, so we gotta let them cool down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how would you compare the consistency on the inside of compared to a regular muffin?
That's a tough question because
It's thicker, right?
I haven't really had muffins.
Really? You've never had a muffin?
And I mean, it's literally just been I can't remember the last time I had one, but
Good for you.
It's very. It was nice and soft.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a. It didn't feel tough or anything like that. It was just nice and. It felt good.
Yeah, the pumpkin helps with that.
It was light.
That's the pumpkin does that, which is why it's awesome to bake with.
This is nice. I liked it.
Good.
So yeah, I mean, it's just simple, just a few ingredients.
That's it.
A few minutes, and there you go. And then you can, like you said, they're great for on-the-go snacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're gonna do like a little road trip or something, you pack some of those, have them ready. You can eat them cold, like you said, so you can have enough for a group of people. A nice little snack if you're gonna, like let's say you're going to a reunion, a family reunion, and you have no idea what to make. There you go. Perfect little muffins. You can make those. You can be the one that brings something that looks delicious, but also tastes delicious and is actually good for you. So perfect combination of all of those. And for kids love muffins. So
My son actually really likes those a lot. So kids, adults, I think anybody.
Yeah, you give them something like that, and it's actually good for them. They see the difference that you can make something delicious. Like I keep saying it, but it's so important that people need to understand. You don't have to eat kale and cardboard to be, tasting stuff to say that you're eating something that's good for you. You can eat something like that and have a good meal. Yeah, awesome.
I'm glad you liked it. You're very welcome.
Heck yeah, this is really good. Oh my God, I'm excited to try those.
There you go. Your first muffins.
Yay!
That one's a little smaller than the rest, but
It is.
that one little guy.
He's the run.
There's 2 little
He's the
ones,
run
actually.
of the batch.
There's
2 actually. This one and that one, I think, and then
That's
that
right.
one afterwards.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Once you make them
Poor
next
little
time,
guy.
you'll learn how to even it out a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be my next homework. You're gonna check up on me.
Yeah.
You'll be like, hey, time to make those muffins again.
Yep.
I'll try it. I'll definitely try it. That'll be something cool because I can do that when I go visit my family in Florida. And my nephews love muffin stuff or whatever, so I can make that and they can see, hey, this is actually good for you. You can have some of these and not feel bad about it.
Exactly. Awesome.
That's awesome. I like it. So yeah. All right. So let's check if see if the muffins are ready now.
Sounds good. All right,
Look at that.
What you think?
They look beautiful, if I may say so myself.
They do. They're all
I
different
have-
sizes, but that's okay. We don't judge different sizes.
That's right. Everyone's beautiful in their sizes. And I think these are the prettiest muffins I've ever seen.
You did
if I may
good.
say so myself.
You did it. Good
No,
work.
I don't know how they taste, but they look amazing. All right, I'm gonna try one.
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna try the runt.
They're red.
Let's see.
Melty chocolate too. So you've had a cold one. So what do you think comparing it to a warm one?
Oh, those are crap. This is
That's because you
this
made
by
them,
far
right?
is amazing. Whoever made this is a chef.
The bomb baker.
This guy can do some serious work. Oh my god.
You should start selling those.
Forget it. I'm done. I'm out of here.
But how do you really like them warm versus cold? Because that's like, I like them cold. How do you like them warm?
I like them cold. They're not bad at all.
But really, even though
But
you
I
made them,
love-
it's really, it's the same
No,
recipe.
I love the
Warm,
warm.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
like the warm.
Well, good.
Warm muffin. Oh my god.
Well, you could always, so as a note, I would still store them in the fridge, but maybe when you go, if you want to have them warm, you could always microwave it for, 10 seconds or so. Those, once they're eventually going to cool off. So if you want to have them later and you want them to be warm like today, just microwave them real quick. It'll be good.
You should try one.
Okay, I will.
Those are made by Chef
Should I
Perez.
do the other runt one? Okay.
Yeah, because we got the one full of chocolates for Sandra.
It was good. Usually, I usually don't eat them when they're warm because I just let them cool and I end up doing, it's like the mom brain. I start doing one thing and then I see something else and then I'm
You go to
gone.
something else, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why I haven't had them warm
Yeah.
in a while.
Well, nice.
But yeah, you did awesome. They
Did
were
I?
really good.
Thank you. You're a good teacher. Never mind. You got your.
Okay.
We'll do the elbow shake. So, again, thanks everybody for being here and joining us on our first Kitchen Talk episode. Kate,
Thank you.
You were
Thanks
amazing.
for having me.
Absolutely. These muffins were amazing, and we will put them on the site so everybody can have them and share them. And until next time, take care, everyone.
See ya.